Mr. Gray, your income did go up. You would agree
Yes.
with me with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The law says that if your income increases by 20% or $100, then the other parent is due to ask for an increase in child support, right? Specifically, the possession and access that mom would have if you were not to fully exercise your possession and access, meaning that she would have increased expenses for the child if you didn't exercise, as well as that. So that's on mom's side. And taking into consideration those additional factors, your child support is less the sum of about $500 from where it should be. Good morning, Attorney Lark.
Good morning.
Good morning. You all will have to forgive me. I slept since the last time we were here. I wrote this down as an in-person in my notes, but it clearly says Zoom on the docket sheet. So forgive me. I was like, what? Where is everybody? And then you all popped up on Zoom.
Yeah, I could have. I could have been there today. I'm actually in Dallas.
Oh, okay. Okay. I did receive exhibits yesterday or Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. I received some exhibits. I received a total of 27. It was a batch of 12 and a batch of 15, Mr. Gray. Is that correct?
That sounds about right. I tried to
Okay.
get
Yeah.
a year worth of both to you.
Okay, and thank you. And I also received W-2s. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a continuation from the number that you sent last time just to make sure the record is clean. So you admitted 3 exhibits the last time, remember?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So your exhibits aren't labeled. What we're going to do is label it according to the date and the year. So your bank statements like August 25 and so on, they'll just go in order from exhibit 4 all the way up until exhibit 30.
Okay.
Does that make sense, y'all?
Yes.
Okay, Joy, are you ready?
Yes.
Attorney Lark, is your client going to appear or no?
No, and actually, Your Honor, we received the notice and the Zoom code, the login stuff on June 1st. And my client, and I responded back that evening, but my client, based on the documents that Mr. Gray had provided, was basically saying, we're fine with the numbers and stuff they provided and whatever you come up with. So she chose not to appear. I'm only appearing because it was still on the docket, but we didn't really need a hearing if it's up to you.
The court wanted to make sure that we did finish that portion of the record and me give you a ruling because he did submit additional documents, and without the hearing, they really wouldn't become a part of the record.
Correct,
So
Your Honor.
I needed to go ahead and make sure that I made his exhibits a part of the records, considering that they will be a part of my ruling.
Yes, sir.
Before we go on the record, counsel, do you happen to have your client's financial information, like how much income she has monthly?
I do not have that, Your Honor. I actually didn't bring anything, so I wasn't planning on having a hearing.
Okay.
But no.
Let me see. Okay, Joy, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're on the record in cause number DF 1906206. Counsel, will you please announce for the record?
Rosin Lark, State Bar number 24108-529 for petitioner Ladarian Cole.
Thank you. And Mr. Gray, would you please state your full name for the record?
Rashawn Gray.
All right, and you are the respondent in this case, representing yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. This is a continuation of a final trial that was scheduled back, I believe, May the 20th. And the court ordered Mr. Gray to submit some additional documentation that the petitioner was requesting in regards to his finances, and he did. So at this time, those additional documents will be admitted for the record. So exhibits 4 through 30, respondents exhibits 4 through 30 are admitted. The court had an opportunity to review the documents. Thank you, Mr. Gray, for tendering those. As I stated before we went on the record, because those exhibits were tendered after the trial, I wanted to have the continuation to give my ruling as well as admit those documents into evidence so they will become a part of the record. Also, Attorney Gray, did you have any cross-examination Attorney Lark, did you have any questions on cross for Mr. Gray about any of his financial documents that he tendered?
No, Your Honor, and we had no objection to those documents.
All right. And Mr. Gray, did you have anything, not to rehash any testimony that you had given previously, but is there anything that you wanted to let me know, anything you want to clear up based on the documents that you provided?
No, I believe the documents I provided reflect that that I'm providing sufficient financial means for my daughter on top of the travel arrangements that I regularly make. I think it reflects that I am doing what's in the best interest of my child.
Okay, thank you. All right. So the court, after reviewing the financial documents that you provided, I will tell you there was some discrepancy in terms of pay from the paycheck stubs as well as the W-2s. And the W-2s typically give us a better picture of what income looks like for the entire year. The court did find that based on the testimony, however, and in reviewing the financial documents as well as the bank statements, it seemed to be the W-2 did seem to be more consistent with the testimony that Mr. Gray did provide. So just based off of the financial information on the paycheck stubs, Mr. Gray, your income did go up. You would agree
Yes.
with me with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So for the fact that your income went up, the law says that if your income increases by 20% or $100, then the other parent is due to ask for an increase in child support, right? So there's no discrepancy that your income has increased. So based off of the increase in your income, your child support would be $1,533.89. However, the court looking at the additional factors, the law allows me to consider additional factors under the Texas Family Code that will allow me to deviate from what that guideline amount should be. So that amount that I just told you, that's what the guideline says based on your income, right?
Yes.
In taking consideration of those additional factors, specifically the possession and access that mom would have if you were not to fully exercise your possession and access, meaning that she would have increased expenses for the child if you didn't exercise, as well as that. So that's on mom's side. The court also took into consideration your testimony of the number of times that you plan on visiting your daughter a year, which I believe your testimony said you would do that 3 to 4 times. Correct?
I've been doing it 5 and 6 times every year.
Oh, well, at minimum, that's what you
Minimum,
said,
yes.
that at minimum
Yes.
you would exercise 3 to 4 years. So in taking that into consideration for the travel expenses that you would have to get from Virginia, or if you decided to fly your daughter to fly your daughter to Virginia, the court took that into consideration, as well as how much you would have to pay with your daughter being with you for the summer for childcare. I believe you said it was $70 an hour.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so the court taking that into consideration, the court is deviating from what that guideline child support should be, and is only, let me see, make sure I have my numbers right. The child support right now is $891, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so the court is going to increase your child support by $200. So your new child support amount from $891 at the 200 is $1,091. So in essence, in taking into consideration those additional factors, your child support is less the sum of about $500 from where it should be. Does that make sense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I think, just based on the testimony, considering those additional factors and finding what's in the best interest of the child, the court finds that that's in the child's best interest. Mr. Gray, first of all, I don't think I said it last time. Thank you for your service, your military service. And I just would encourage you to visit as often as you're able to afford to, because like I said, this goes into my ruling in terms of what you're deviating for what your child support should be based on guideline. Does that make sense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Are you going to make a ruling about attorney's fees? That was my other request, as this case has been pending since last summer, and this is the only issue. And again, based on the 2 motion to compels and those orders that were not followed and et cetera, I would like to know if you make that ruling on attorney's fees that we requested last time.
Yes, and the motion to compel, Mr. Gray, did you pay those fees already?
I was able to pay one fee, one of the 2 fees.
What was that amount?
It was the first one, Your Honor. I don't have the order with me, but the first one he did pay. The second one, he did not.
I'll do that right now in terms of because whatever he didn't pay needs to be in the order as a judgment. Let me see. Motion to compel.
It's actually of February 18th of 2026, Your Honor. It was the amount of $350.
And he paid that one?
That's when he did not pay.
Okay, did not pay.
Right.
So is that the only one that's outstanding?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Gray, I'm going to order, there's going to be in the order a judgment amount for $350 for attorney's fees. Those need to be paid directly to Attorney Lark, and that's for the motion to compel. Does that make sense? That you were previously ordered to pay. How much time do you need to pay her the $350? Because you pay it directly to Attorney Lark.
Yes, Your Honor. With me having my daughter for the summer, I can pay it by 1 August.
Okay, August. Let me look up that. Is that a weekday?
August 1st is a Saturday.
Okay, so let's roll it over to the next business day. August 3rd. So
Okay.
you'll have until August 3rd. You'll pay Attorney Lark. Her address is on all of the pleadings that you've received. You will pay it directly to her. You can drop it off or you can send it through the mail. It needs to be by cashier's check or money order. That way she gets it and you're able to keep a record. Does that make sense?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that is a ruling of the court. Any other requests for attorney's fees are denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you
Your Honor.
all. You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a
Y'all
great
have a good
day.
day. You too.
You too.